You've been in, how long have you been in the minority in both chambers?
Well, I've been in the minority since 1994.
Okay.
So, that's 14 years of being on a winding road to nowhere.
Did you expect to be back in the majority this soon? I mean, you've just moved over to the House. Did you think the House would go Democratic?
I actually expected to go to the majority.
Did you?
All the years that I've been watching these elections, I thought this was a perfect storm election, an election that, on a presidential level, a state level, and apparently the people in the rest of the state agreed that it was time to move and make a change. And so I thought this was the greatest time, the greatest opportunity, and we as Democrats took advantage of that.
What are your priorities going into a new era here in the House? I mean, what are you looking at?
The priorities are often dictated by the leader. Obviously, we're in an economic downturn. We are in a recession. In some areas like Youngstown, we're in a depression. And we have really felt the need for job creation, job opportunities, economic development opportunities in the way of incentives for businesses to come to our area, to the state of Ohio, are first and foremost on all our lists. But secondly, I think if we don't start talking about healthcare reform in a very serious matter from the federal government on down, we're going to still find these problems and still find the difficulty in dealing with job creation.
You're one of the few who's been in the position of Democratic majority in the past. What advice do you give to those who haven't been in that position, which is a lot of the people on your end of the aisle?
Well, move very carefully. As we know, leadership positions are always temporary, and you can be here 1 year and gone the next, and that I would say move very, very carefully. I know that the Republicans are not going to wait for 2 years to go after us to reclaim the majority. They're going after us next week, and we should be expecting that. But in the same sense, we have to work in a bipartisan way. This state is equally divided, 51-49, at this particular time throughout the state in a presidential way, and that's indicated that we have to move to the center on some issues, but we also have to represent everyone. And the new ideas that we have to come forward with are ideas that are different than what the Republicans have tried, because, quite frankly, for 14 years, they failed. What we're going to do is be more innovative, to talk about better opportunities for job creation and healthcare reform that will put us in a better track for hopefully economic upturn.
What are you doing to make sure the Valley is heard among the leadership? I don't think there's anybody from the Valley on the leadership.
No, there isn't, but I'm certainly fighting for a leadership position in chairmanship. And I think that's significant because that's going to help us. Representative Gerberry and I have a combined total of about 45 years of seniority. And as you heard the leader say, he'll be leaning on us to guide him through some of the pitfalls of that leadership team in the majority. We're going to be right there at the table. We're going to be talking to the speaker at all levels. I'm certain that we'll play a major role in the reform of the Democratic Party and the reform of the state. As far as the Valley goes, it's a perfect example of what the real struggle is in this state. And I'll be doing everything I can to emphasize that we need more help than others because we're suffering certainly more than the other parts of the state.
Okay. Turn this off.